Hey, Steve Stine from Guitarzoom here, and today we're going to be looking at is part 3 of the Creative Arpeggios installment that I'm doing. And we're going to be looking at the same chord again. We're going to be looking at a C major and some other things that we can do to try and get a little more creative with our playing. So if you like this video, please do me a favor and share it and subscribe to the channel so you're always notified when I come out with new videos. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So in part 1, we looked at taking a C major arpeggio and expanding it to make it, number 1, more colorful, more creative, and number 2, more receptive to playing with our fingers, something that's a little bit more comfortable. In part 2, we did the same thing, but we looked at an E minor chord and expanded that out from an E minor to an E minor 7. And today what we're going to be doing is looking at an A minor chord and expanding that out. Okay, so we're going to take the A minor chord, create an arpeggio out of it, and expand that as well. So let's just talk about why A minor would work. Well, if we look at the notes of an A minor chord, we are playing A, C, and we are playing E. A, C, and E. Okay, an A minor chord. Now, how does that work with a C chord? Well, if we look at the notes of a C chord, the notes of a C chord would be C, E, and G. The notes of an A minor chord would be A, C, and E. So you can see the relationship right there with the C and the E notes. And you can also see it when you play your chords. Here's a C, and here's an A minor. So they share a lot of the same notes, which is why it makes for a great arpeggio. Okay? So if we look at this A minor, okay, we've got, there's E, G, and, or excuse me, A, C, and E, and then we play A again, C, and E again. Now the cool thing about this is if you saw part 2, all we're doing is exactly the same thing we did with the E minor chord, but we're doing it with the A minor chord. So it's literally the same shape. Okay? So if I play the C major sound, here we go. Now remember, what you want to do with this is, you want to think about the C chord that's being played underneath you, and how these notes are overlapping, which notes are matching, and which notes are not. That way you know which notes are creating tension, and how you can release that tension by going to certain notes. So if I think about the C chord, which is sitting right here, okay, so as I play this arpeggio, that note right there is an A. Okay, well, the C chord on its own doesn't have the A in it, so that note is a nice color note that can easily be resolved by moving down to the G. So oftentimes I'll play both those notes as I play. Or I might play an A minor 7 arpeggio, which just means I'm adding in the note G right here. And again, this is going to look really similar to what we did in part 2 because it really is the same thing. Okay? So as that chord's being played, drop down. So we can move we can get some unique sounds by doing stuff like that as well. Okay? So if we think about it so far, we've got a C major chord that we're looking at playing a C major 7 arpeggio or a C major 7 with a ninth in there as well. There's all kinds of different things in part 1 that you can look at. And in part 2, we added in this E minor arpeggio and then expanded it to an E minor 7. And now we're looking at an A minor arpeggio and expanding that into an A minor 7. And again, just looking for something. You don't always have to play the whole shape, okay? The big thing is trying to figure out how to start moving across the guitar in this arpeggio idea, so you're not, all your solos don't just sound like scales because you're just playing up and down. So you're trying to break things apart, but you're ultimately going to wind up going back into some sort of scale around it, but it makes it sound really nice because you can make things like that, you see, where you move back and forth between an arpeggio idea, and the arpeggio doesn't just have to be a C major. There's other things that we can do. Okay, so you might be doing something like this where you're playing. And all that's happening over this C chord, which would be kind of fun. Okay, so I'm just looking up here. I've got my A minor arpeggio, and then my A minor 7, and my E minor from part 2, and my E minor 7, and then dropping back into my first one that we did in part 1. So let's take a look at that one. So if I've got this going, okay? So hopefully that gives you some other ideas of some fun things that you can do with arpeggios. So take care, stay positive, keep practicing, and please do me a favor, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll keep bringing out new stuff. You can always, there's a link below that you can always click on for ideas if you want me to make a particular video on something. You have questions about something, just let me know, all right? So take care, and talk to you soon. Hey, thank you so much for watching. Make sure that you click the subscribe button so you're always notified when I have new videos. And if you need help choosing a guitar course that's perfect for you, make sure that you click the Help Me Choose link in the description.